Good morning, good morning. I hope that you all are doing wonderful. But before we hop into that, you know what I'm gonna tell you to do. Stop what you're doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell below, hit the like button. And once you've hit that notification bell, you'll always be notified when a new video goes up. And then share this with someone else so that they can get in on the conversation and get prepared to jumpstart their week. And then what I want you to do is get your pretty good caffeine and your word, and let's get started. Okay, so you saw me putting together my tea this morning, which is why it's not pretty good coffee today. It's pretty good caffeine. And I found this instant bubble tea kit. I don't know, can you guys see this? I found this at Ross, and I'm sure you can find it at Ross or on Amazon. It's a pretty generic looking packet to me. It's from Go Bubble is the company. Let's see, is it gonna, okay, I don't know, it may not focus, guys, but anyways, it says Go Bubble. That's what it's from. And this is the black tea latte boba. Black tea latte boba is the flavor, and it has brown sugar boba in it. And basically, bubble tea is a milk-based tea. So you take the powder, you mix it into your warm water, then you put the boba in it, and this one is the brown sugar flavor. That's the little balls that you see, they're kind of chewy. You mix that in, then you heat it up again, then you pour it over ice. This one is very, very sweet, like very sweet. I was not prepared for that. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I cannot drink this the way that it is. Like, I'm gonna have to cut it with coffee because it's almost like syrup, and that may be because it's brown sugar boba, because boba is naturally kind of sweet. It's naturally kind of sweet, and so you add that with the brown sugar, with the milk-based tea, which has a little bit of sugar in it, I think. Like, it just makes it very sweet. So if you like really sweet things, then this is perfect for you. If you're not really into super sweet things, my suggestion would be to, one, either don't buy it, or two, make sure that you have some coffee with you to cut it, or put a little bit more water in it to see if that dilutes it a little bit for you. But the flavor is definitely there. It is absolutely brown sugar. Like what they say it is absolutely that. So I do appreciate that. And so it is a fun drink. I do see why people consider this to be sometimes a dessert drink. I do see that. So this is, you know, it's cool. So I'm excited about it. I'm going to, yeah, I'm gonna have to put coffee with that. I'm not gonna drink that. Not gonna drink that. But let's get into it. So we are taking our scripture today from the Hey Pretty planner, and it is Exodus 9:16, the New Living Translation. Exodus 9:16, the New Living Translation, and it says, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book." You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. And that's Exodus 9:16. And a friend of mine, she mentioned this. And actually, you know what? If you guys have caught up on or have not seen the girl chat series that we did in preparation for the Hey Pretty conference, they launched in November of last year. So it was a series, it was like a 4-part series. Danielle Lucas, she actually mentioned the scripture, and it struck me, and I went back and I found it, and I was like, there's a lot of times that when we're in a moment and we're feeling overwhelmed and emotional and sad, and as though everything is falling apart, we forget that God is in that moment with us. And not only is he in that moment with us, but he went before us into it. And so he was intimately aware of our sorrow and pain before we ever got there. And so he has experienced it longer, and therefore has an even greater appreciation for what we're going through. And not only does he have an appreciation for it, but he remembers those sorrows. He remembers those tears. He remembers those pains. He isn't overlooking the hurt, right? Like, he's not forcing us to heal quickly. He's not forcing us to push past what's overwhelming us. It says he keeps track of all of the sorrows. He's actually collected all of the tears in a bottle, and he's recorded each one in his book. To me, it says that my hurt matters to him. My pain matters to him. My fears matter to him. My tears matter to him. So much so that he's keeping track of them. And the only reason to keep track of them is if there's going to be a response to them. If he didn't care about them, he wouldn't keep track. If there wasn't something that's going to come after, he wouldn't keep tally. But it says that he keeps track of them, and he actually collects them. Like, he doesn't leave those pains and those sorrows with us. He takes them on. And then he records them in his book so that when he needs to go back and review the things that we've been through, he's intimately aware of them. He has the details of it, and he can reward and respond accordingly. And that's hard to think about when we're in the moment, but when we're not, it's a huge comfort. And it helps to better prepare us for those times that are hard and difficult and overwhelming and make no sense to us. The reality that not only is God in the moment with us, and not only is he aware and he's sitting with us and he's not forcing us to just process quickly, but he also went before us. And he came and sat with us. And that when it's all over, he's going to take it with him. You don't have to carry your burdens for forever. You don't have to carry them alone. And you don't have to feel as though you're unseen or unheard. He sees them, and he hears your tears and your cries. And he's already working on a response to them. That's why he's keeping track of them. There's a lot of things that we feel like God is too busy for and too big for, and that he's not going to have the time, patience, or space to deal with our stuff. And that we're going to have to figure this out on our own. And we're going to have to toughen up and just push through. But this is one of the best verses to remind us that he's a good father. He's a really good father. For the past several months, there have been some things that are happening, right? To me, to you, to the people you know and love. Like, I think that we've all had something. And I know for me, I really wondered if God was even aware of what he was allowing to happen. And sorry guys, and I was overwhelmed with my frustration, and I was burdened by my hurt. But when I went back to this scripture, and it said that he keeps track of it. That he's keeping score on my behalf. And that he's gonna collect every one of my tears, which means he's paying attention, excuse me, to all of them. Because it says that you have collected all my tears in your bottle. And then he's gonna record each one in his book. He keeps tally. He pays attention. And he creates a record to ensure that he responds. This is not what I intended for today. But I know what it's been like for me the past several months. Even up to right before turning on this camera. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that, one, he sent someone who would speak this scripture so that I would have it in my pocket when I really needed it. But also that in every way, God is intimately aware of me. And he's intimately aware of you. And what we're feeling, what we're going through, and what we need. He's intimately aware of every one of our tears. He's not ignoring anything. And if you're like me, it's very difficult to tell people when you're going through something and to not fix it on your own or handle it on your own or have expectations for other people. It's very difficult. And so you feel alone because you don't know how to adequately express certain things. And people mistake your quietness and your resolve for confidence and for everything being okay. But the word says that he keeps track of your tears, so even if you don't say anything, that he collects each one of your tears. Even if you have stopped counting, that he records each one of them in the book because he intends to respond on your behalf. When you feel that you're the most alone, I want you to know that God is with you in that moment, but more importantly, he went before you into the moment. And so he has felt this pain longer than you have, and he is intimate with every nook and cranny of it so that he can best sit with you in that space. And he's already gone to the other side of that moment too. That's why you don't drink no nasty tea, y'all. It makes you cry. process your feelings with God and not absent from God. And it's gonna make all the difference in the world. Okay, that's it. That's all I got for today. So I want you to go drink something else. Hold Exodus 9 and 16 in your heart this week. And know that you're not alone. And in the comments, drop how I can pray for you. If you are feeling anything like what I felt, like drop in the comments how I can pray for you, how I can stand in the gap for you, how I can connect with you. I would love to do that. So drop it in the comments below. And then I'm gonna see you next week for the next Pretty Good Coffee. And it's going to be coffee next week. And it's going to be good coffee next week. It's gonna be good coffee. No, really, it's gonna be good coffee. All right, I love you guys. Have a good week. Bye.